2 here for Uprising. How's it going? It is your boy, the 33. We have a massive night of action ahead of us, and there's a lot to talk about heading into it. So why don't we just run down the match card for tonight's show, and really, let's just get into the fun stuff. Starting off, here's our Prospect Championship bracket. As you can see here, we're into the grand finals, or quote-unquote divisional finals, for each side of the bracket. Both sides will be meeting up in our co-main event. As you can see, opener tonight, it's Kalani Jordan and Blake Monroe on this side, as we also have a look at the breakdown side. And you'll notice two familiar bouts on our hands, as we'll be kicking off tonight's show with the same matchup that started yesterday. It's Blake Monroe, Kalani Jordan, both going toe-to-toe. Only one of them can walk away in the grand finals up against the winner of this bout, Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton. Those two, renewed rivalries going at one another. Speaking of renewed rivalries, we have a main event which we'll discuss right now. As you can see here, this is not the same graphic that was shown on Breakdown. Well, that's because two of the Breakdown stars cannot compete tonight, unfortunately, and it is the Emerald Champion Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson also out of the equation. So General Manager Solo Sikoa has taken to going for some of the best that Breakdown has to offer, creating this little tag team matchup halfway through the show to determine the last two men on his team. Will it be Seth freaking Rollins? Will it be Gunther? And Gunther, I should say, or Mark Henry and the Viper, Randall Keith Orton. Two teams filled with powerhouses, but from there, we continue on Breakdown with the Prospect Cup Grand Finals, an Iron Man match, our third in the night. Obviously, with El Grande Americano holding the advantage, that 1 point extra to his name already from the jump. He is going to be in control from bell to bell, almost certainly. Afterwards, though, we will be heading into a potential, well, I don't know who. It will be our women's co-main event. The Prospect Championship will be on the line. Who walks away as champion? That is a difficult question to answer. And from my perspective, anyone can walk away holding the belt. From my perspective, you've got to think that it will be, I don't know. I have some thoughts as to who I think it might be walking away with the Prospect Championship. Anyway, I'm just quickly amending some things ready for this one, because it's a little bit finicky. Hopefully it's gonna work, because right now it's a little finicky. I do realize something won't work if I keep it that way, so allow me to just quickly make a couple of changes to the way this is set up, because I can give it a little hint here. Essentially, I'll pan back to me because this is a little easier. Essentially, I cannot create a proxy match, like a proxy Prospect Championship final, because someone is I hope it's because of this, that because Roxanne and Tiffany are kind of scheduled into Breakdown, it's not letting me create that grand finals. So what I do is I create a prediction match for what I think the grand finals will be. Currently, it is my prediction, if I am to give it to ya, it is Roxanne Perez and Blake Monroe. I've broke the card. Yeah, every time I try to do it, it breaks the card. And so I have to fix it. There. Right. There. Really wants me to have some, what's it called? Tag team action. Alright, let me just set this back up. I apologize. This is what I've been battling through all evening, just trying to get these matches set up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 obviously is the big main co-main event. Okay, I'm actually not going to make it a championship match until it is game time, and then we'll just put in the placeholder main event. It is so finicky, and I apologize. Again, we've got a load of glitches to iron out. Obviously, they will be ironed out before full release, hopefully. Also, I hope that 2K do end up looking at like people streaming the game, trying to fix the issues, because right now it is plagued. I'm also gonna just louder than I am. On the main event. FYI, I'm currently listening to the in-game track for shows. It's weird. Okay. Appears ready. We appear set. Just get that ready. It's time. First matchup of the night. It's gonna be good. Let's head to the ring to talk to you about this bout. Who walks away victorious here? Blake Monroe, Kalani Jordan once more. It's gonna be a brawl, I feel, and one that I really could not tell you who is going to be victorious. Just remind me, I need to turn the sound of the game back up because right now it's pretty quiet. There we go. Money. Let's go. Let's just see how this turns out. It is our opening night, our second night of 2K26's universe. IPW gets underway now. Welcome back to the arena in London, England, where the glamour has home field advantage. One of the greatest new themes made by, unfortunately, Rebel. But the glamour is forever looking to avenge an earlier loss in this tournament that happened literally yesterday. Can she do it?
Making her way to the ring from London, England, Monroe.
Disadvantage in this one for Monroe. Already down a single point against this woman. That's right, Kalani Jordan taking to this matchup 1 point up. And that point could make or break an entire run here for someone. A win here, you are up against either Roxanne Perez or Tiffany Stratton. A loss, and well, everything's gone. And you have to contend with being, I don't know, 3rd/4th in a tournament featuring 16 of the best women. I, for one, could not live with myself coming up second fiddle this close. 15 minutes on the clock. As Kalani stretching off, as was Monroe. And we are underway here with our opener of night 2. The clock begins to tick down as waistlock control here for Monroe. We will be keeping track of points as this bout goes on. Currently, it will sit 1-0 with Kalani Jordan, although there is no indicator of that. Nice headbutt by Monroe. She utilized that quite a bit yesterday. Was really trying to layer that into her offense. Nice knee! Back to work with that knee. It was effective yesterday as well for Blake, and it busted open Kalani, I believe, as well in yesterday's match. So clearly targeting potentially the same spot, and that could be what makes or breaks this matchup for the glamour. If we do end up with a draw at the end of the 15-minute time limit, based on the extra point, we will be going to a sudden death fall. And yes, that does mean extra innings for these two. No break. It'll be down to really Just who can get the job done. As the battling continues now on the outside. It is going to be Monroe. Vicious with her offense, taking control here. The Glamour returns Jordan to the ring. A referee, Big Gale, calling the action down the middle as the Glamour thinking Mayday, planting Jordan. But it's not good for anything more than a referee getting down to the mat. But this knee could be good to end it all. The Glamour in firm control and looking for revenge. But the boot caught by Kalani could be stopping that. Nice Hurricane Rana from Jordan. These two ladies really battling through thick and thin. And if you're Kalani, you're looking to continue where you left off yesterday. Taking the Glamour down. That split-legged moonsault, a massive weapon. It has put away pretty much everyone that has been in your path during this tournament. The issue is Mariah May. She is psychotic, is one word for it. The ability to just rethink, replan, and come into another matchup renewed with invigoration as she ascends up top, hits the crossbody. The Glamour lining up potentially a kill shot. Kalani slowly getting up onto her hands and knees on all fours. The boots though from Monroe connecting. The home crowd advantage certainly playing in favor of the Glamour here. She is not slowing down for anyone. She wants to make it back. But with the clock closing in on a third of the time gone, this could be a missed opportunity from Monroe. She needs to maybe get a fall quick. And then she will be in a situation where she can win this. But a facebuster from Kalani and a cover from her, slowing down the pace. It's smart from Jordan. She's absorbed early punishment. And she knows she has that one-up advantage. Monroe needs to strike fast if she is to get the 2 points she needs to be in control of this battle. Big charge-in attack missing as Jordan up and over misses the boot with the springboard. Monroe capitalizing around the world with the sidewalk slam. Jordan up quick. She's not going to slow down now. She gave Monroe a chance to strike, but she's back on the offensive here as Jordan. Wristlock applied into a non-monkey flip. Instead, up and off the ropes. Creatives into that Hurricane Rana. Around the world, Jordan is showing off here. Catches the Glamour. We're now down below 10 minutes. Here is these two ladies showing some good strength here. Monroe has had the better shots, I feel, but Kalani caught. Speaking of better shots, there's a future shock. DDT connecting flush onto Jordan. Cover, good for 1, 2, make it 3. We're all tied up. The advantage now non-existent as Monroe off the ropes. Boom, the dropkick flush. It has shifted massively here, this bout in the favor of the Glamour. Jordan, center running. A chance here maybe to strike as the leapfrog drop down. Up, boot. Beautiful. Jordan sort of into desperation mode. That slowed down pace she was opting for early. Now it could be crisis control. Hoglog connecting. As Jordan maybe looking to charge in. Nope. Never mind. The glamour caught, though. Hurricane Rana from Kalani brings her down. The count on that clock, slowly but surely edging towards doomsday. As the scoop slam comes through from Jordan, she's got Monroe down in the drop zone. Opting for a 450 splash. Lands it flush onto Monroe. Followed up, split-legged moonsault. Perfect. It's how she beat her first time round. And it's good for 2. Make it 3. Kalani back in control. Springboard boot misses. Monroe catches her. Hooks the arms. There's the knee again. Dropping Jordan down. Kalani catches the boot. No future shock this time. Instead, it is a leg drop. More of a leg whipping attack. There from Kalani, who's slowly but surely finding her footing in this battle. Still in control with a 2-1 scoreline. The glamour needs to find something, but she is in trouble. In the drop zone again, the split-legged moonsault perfect from Kalani. Jordan down for 2, make it 3. That's a 2-point lead now for Jordan as the clock about to hit 7 minutes. Over half the time of this one gone. Faded into non-existence. This is where Kalani Jordan is stepping up. Another scoop slam. She's keeping Monroe very close to that drop zone. But Blake, smart to get up, climb onto the ropes. It means Jordan cannot follow it up how she intends to normally. Maybe a 450 was in the sights of Kalani, but springboard moonsault, that's in her sight this time. Monroe, troubled here as it has been all Kalani Jordan in the last 5 minutes. Again, split-legged moonsault. Monroe has no answer, and we're going up to 3. I believe the score's 4-1 overall for Kalani Jordan, but that's a big fit-out spine buster from Monroe. A chance dwindling more or less, but backstabber connects. She puts down Jordan. She needs to get a cover soon. Desperation really should be setting in, but Kalani, back elbow from that handspring. Effective. Going for the cover here. 1, 2, 3. This is just decimation from Kalani Jordan here. No chance for Monroe. And it is certainly being felt. As why not? Frog splash. Perfect. And let's top it off. Another cover. I'm going to stop counting here because this is done and dusted. Kalani Jordan has just decimated the glamour. The early footings of the match was in favor of Monroe. But here, this is just pure annihilation. It's honestly quite embarrassing that Monroe has yet to find a footing after the early advantage. Sling blade from her could get her back into this affair, but she needs several pins quickly. Handsprings up, but cannot bring Kalani down. Jordan on the second turnbuckle. It's her domain. Arm drag takedown. Well, Monroe, a tweak of the neck. She needs more than just that. She needs to basically put Kalani to sleep and getting 5 consecutive pins. Otherwise, the divisional finals won by Jordan. Springboard. Boot connecting. It's just systematic. Make it 6. Yeah, this is a whitewash. This is just a slaughter. Glamour. Not very glamorous. Big around the world with that DDT from Kalani, but she's heading up to the second turnbuckle. Frog splash connecting. Not opting for the pin straight away there. She probably got up to 7, but she is realizing this is no longer a contest. This is just done and dusted. Home crowd advantage not helpful enough. Because Glamour is no longer forever. Jordan has just controlled this bout. It has been costly, and I think we did just see Kalani Jordan taunting, showing that she wants the belt. The belt that will be won, decided tonight. And if you're Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton, who almost certainly are watching this one, you're questioning how in the world do I beat this little firecracker in Kalani Jordan? Because realistically, she has showcased her skill. Monroe, I think, is given up here. Slapping the taste out of the mouth of Kalani. Tries to drop the elbow, but Jordan just too quick. Too nimble. Avoids it. And the Glamour. I felt had a shot. Was my predicted winner of this bout. I thought she would bounce back. But not the case. She is just messing about here. Mariah, or Blake Monroe, I should say. Eats another hog log. Cover here. She's too close to the ropes, but Monroe's not going to reach out. Make it 8 points a difference. It's done. We should have just stopped the clock once we reached 5. Because right now, this is just too gruesome. It's just... You're kicking a puppy while it's down. Frog splash, not going to connect this time. Finally, Monroe gets the knees up. Maybe a last hurrah in the tournament. Full Nelson broken, though. Kalani's just not having it. As the count reaching the final 20 seconds. This 15-minute love affair has just been a systematic destruction. Moonsault from Jordan. Last 10 seconds. Monroe just trying to survive, not being pinned for a final time. Will be able to do so this time. Skull-crushing finale. And Kalani Jordan victorious here. In this one, she advances to the divisional finals, where she will be going up against, well, the person in our next bout. Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez will go toe-to-toe next. Who in those two will be advancing? That's something we will find out as we fade back to the replays.
Here is your winner, Kalani Jordan.
Well, our first bout out of the way. Let's head to our second Iron Man match, or Iron Woman match. And it's a big one, because we're about to make it drop. Strobe lights are going to be hitting the scene. As it's Tiffy time.
The following is an Iron Woman match. Making her way to the ring from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Not me updating the graphics for this one. Haha. I predicted a Perez victory here.
From Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Because Roxanne was dominant, and I'm going to be honest, looking at my notes from yesterday, I put this match as my matchup of the night. Both ladies performing to the fullest in that affair. And I think Roxy's got the chance to go all the way. Obviously, has to get through Tiffany Stratton with an advantage, though, in her favor. Does Roxanne Perez. Well, let's get it. 15 minutes back on the clock. It's Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton. An immediate stare down between the two. And there's a big shot. We're going blow for blow to start this off. No love lost from the previous bout. If you're Roxanne Perez, oh, she's baiting her in. The blows come flying through. Who's going to win this opening exchange? The answer is Stratton. She's going to ride this wave of momentum up into a power bomb. Early cover. Looking to just remove the advantage. Only 30 seconds into the bout. Not going to be the case, however, as Roxanne back to her feet. The Prodigy versus the buff Barbie. Two ladies looking for it all, and that move, that's a beautiful frog splash, by the way, traveling half the way across the ring by Perez. But Perez, the only woman left in this tournament now who's got championship experience in IPW, looking to get some more glory. She is just taunting in front of Stratton. Missing in the corner, though. Irish whip. Stratton catches a nice power slam. Puts down Perez. Something to point out from last night. Stratton failing to connect with that cartwheeling Alabama slam early really did cost her, and it gave Roxanne that chance to really lay it in thick. Scoop slam from Stratton as she's ascending up top. Perez realizes danger up quickly, and oh, she's going to not be able to toss Stratton off the top. Instead, Stratton able to connect with a crossbody. As the lights go out, it's not Rox and buddy Raquel Rodriguez making the interruption tonight. Instead, Liv Morgan's music playing. Stratton distracted. Gonna cost her control of the bout. And there's Roxanne connecting, but failing to follow it up. Instead, fireman's carry here for Stratton. Roxanne fights out of it. Layers off a shot, crossface, locked in deep. This is how Stratton succumbed to Roxanne yesterday. Able to escape the hold for the first time round this time. Early roll-up, rope break called. 3 minutes in, and three I would say 3 interesting minutes to say the least. Perez has been solid as a star up against Stratton, meeting her head on once more. And the good thing about Roxanne's style is she knows she's in control from the get-go. She's not looking for the pins just yet. She's just looking to wear down Stratton, remove the agility game from her field of play. As that count is going to reach 7. Referee Kim going to be counting, but interesting here that Stratton's going to exit the ring. And, well, go for the face. Why not? There you have it. Such a beautiful face. That count out could have realistically helped Stratton here. It would nullify the advantage. I do believe it would still be 0-0. If I'm correct on how countouts affect Iron Man matches. But the count right now from our referee, Big Kim, up to 7. And Stratton and Roxanne returned to the ring. Tiffy trying to deliver a knee, cannot connect, and it's interesting to note this. Stratton not with knee pads on. Obviously, most wrestlers predominantly use knee pads just to soften the blow to them. Really not pleasant things to land on, let's be honest. As the face buster comes through from Perez, springboards off the ropes, moonsault connects, cover here. Roxanne looking to go 2 up. 2, no, nearly. Perez though, in control, lying in wait, looking to strike. Kick connects, and we're getting a little pop. Rocks! Cover, good for 1, make it 2. But still, Stratton kicks out. The clock finally below 10 minutes. And, well, 5 minutes in, it's been a back and forth affair, but Roxanne now in control. Hits the moonsault. Cover again. Stratton down and potentially out for the count. Roxanne Perez up to 2 points. And you have to feel the early advantage paying dividends here for the Prodigy, as it did for Kalani Jordan, but Kalani did not need the advantage in the end. Roxanne currently doesn't need it. It's Perez. Sends Stratton running. Trying to follow it up, cannot do so because Stratton's firing a back elbow. Tiffy, fireman's carry. Rolling through. Looking to bring it down to 1 point a difference. Interesting to know. I think Stratton was thinking prettiest moonsault ever, but not in a position to land it from that bottom corner. He could have gone to the top right side, but not going to be the case. Instead, an Irish whip reversal. Roxanne cannot follow it up. There's a cartwheeling through Stratton, and there's a drop kick. Landing with a nip up. And Stratton starting to feel herself. An Irish whip. Pop-up powerbomb. Puts down Perez. As Roxy struggling here against Tiffy. The early control, that advantage. still in the favor of Roxanne, but she has absorbed some heavy punishment in the last few minutes. Nice DDT. She is stalling out Stratton as she ascends up to the second rope. Moonsault from Perez. Can't really call it the prettiest moonsault ever because it wasn't off the springboard. Instead, Perez sent into the corner. Stratton misses that forearm cleave, but still able to follow it up. Puts Roxy down in an awkward position and follows up with a boot. Roxanne still on her feet though, trying to grab a hold of Stratton. Cannot get it. Instead, it's Stratton. Belly knocked to back. Instead, a bulldog out from Perez. And this situation looking more and more beautiful for Roxanne. Off the ropes, connects with the knee. Drills it into the back of the head of Stratton and covering her here, looking for the win. Gets the 2, make it 3. 3 points indeed is where we sit for Perez. And I have a feeling that a crossface or Pop Rocks could be imminent, but Stratton could be looking to negate it. Cover here, good for 2. And Perez is kicking out. 6 minutes on the clock. And well, as we approach the final 5, we're going to be entering with a 4-point differentiation as Roxanne hits the Pop Rocks for the 3. Stratton in a dire situation. It's closing in on making it 5. Bang! A consecutive Pop Rocks. Good for 1. Make it 2. How'd you like that? As the clock's got 5 in the minutes category, Stratton needs a point a minute to be tied and level with Roxanne Perez. Not something that I was expecting to be saying. Actually, I tell a lie. I expected Roxanne to win here. But yes, currently at the pace we are going, Stratton needs a point a minute. So in the next 20 seconds, she needs to get a point. He needs to do enough damage. There's been no PME, no corkscrew splash out the corner. Stratton has been stagnant with her offense. He's saying it's Tiffy time, but currently it's the Prodigy's time to advance to the divisional finals. Because right now, Stratton has got nothing in the gas tank as Perez stacks her up with the powerbomb. And this is becoming more and more like our previous Iron Man match. Kalani crushed it, and Perez is doing the same. It's dominance, but she has not succumbed to a fall from Stratton. She may be busted open, but Tiffy has not done enough to put this to bed. Roxanne again, double axe into the cover. Good for 1, make it 2. How about a kick out? This time from Stratton. The first one she's actually able to kick out of. Shock. But this might not be a kick out moment. Irish whip, 4 minutes off the clock now. Drop kick misses. Stratton, a chance to strike. Puts Roxy in the corner. Fails with that forearm cleave again, and that's costly. This time connects it. This is the corkscrew splash out the corner. Finally able to connect, and that should put Perez down. And that deficit cut down by 1, but the clock, that 1 point a minute, obviously now not likely 1 a minute. Let's be honest, it's needing a few more. Cover here, using the ropes for a leverage. Not going to be able to get it though. Perez able to escape it. Roxanne sent up top, powerbomb position. The comeback could be coming. Sit out powerbomb. No cover here. Instead, caught Perez fires off a combo. Stratton baited. Perez caught. Cartwheels in. Stratton. Alabama slam. Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. The deficit cut down even more. But it's still a mountain to climb. As Roxanne, I think smartly, falls to ringside. Don't give Tiffy a chance to claw back even more. Just sit out here. And it forces Stratton to action. Around the world goes Perez, bringing down Tiffy. And this is just smart game planning from the Prodigy. Slow it down. The clock works in your advantage. And she certainly knows it. And you can kind of play keep away. Send Stratton back into the ring. You can come back in and get back out there. Tiffy charges in. Boots connect with that dropkick. Shotgun type attack, but let's be honest. She needs more than the shotgun. She needs a nuke. Big time weapon to get the win. As that's a Fujiwara armbar locked in. Slowing it down, it's not enough damage. Roxanne's arms are perfectly fine. She's not really taking damage to them, and so that submission hold's not going to earn any merit here for Stratton. And instead, it's worked out in the favor of Roxanne Perez, who's dragging her towards the center. Lying in wait, looking to pounce. Crossface applied. Perez gonna get a quick tap out here, or keep Stratton in the hold. Instead, she's just gonna get the tap out with a minute now just eclipsing off of the clock. We're down to just a mugging. Perez +2 here. Crossface into cover. How'd you like that? That 2 points that Stratton just earned gone in an instant. Thanks to Roxanne's smart wrestling. But here, Stratton caught. Boom. Big, stiff left elbow from Roxanne. Sends a running drop to, though. Back elbow from Stratton. The clock down to the last 20. This is done and dusted here, you have to say. While this corkscrew attack will connect, it's pretty. But 1, 2, 3. No, not even the 3, as the clock is gone. The Prodigy takes us into a big bout in the main. I'm gonna say it. It's a big one. It's Kalani Jordan, Roxanne Perez. That's gonna be interesting. FYI, I'm still trying to make it a championship bout, but cannot do so. Anyway, we're gonna hit the stinger as we head to our tag team matchup. The two that win it are in the War Games main event. And the fires are gonna burn for this one. Backed up by Becky. Seth frickin' Rollins looks for victory. Obviously, last night, it did not end well for Big Time Bex, losing in the War Games match for the women. Fatal Influence reigned supreme there. Tonight, though, Steph looking to join into the War Games and fight a losing fight, maybe. However, when you have this man on your team, it's maybe not a losing fight.
From Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther!
The ring general stepping up into a difficult situation, obviously, with the Emerald Champion out of commission, as well as Bryan Danielson for tonight. They're looking to return as soon as possible, obviously, potentially not have to vacate the Emerald belt, but we will have to see what happens on Breakdown. Solo Sikoa will obviously address us as and when he gets a chance to and knows more about the situation, but tonight, an unfortunate one, having to bring in last minute two kind of mercenaries together to face, well, two merc teams to face off against one another, to then have to enter the grueling structure of War Games against a team that's on full strength. Right now, you look at these four men. You've got Gunther, you've got Rollins.
And their opponents, first from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
You've got Orton 2014, that needs fixing. Hashtag 2K. You've got Orton as well as Mark Henry. It's kind of the pinnacle of the Breakdown men's roster. The only names that I would say missing from that, Shawn Michaels. If you want GOATs, you've also have some other names in the picture, but as of right now, they won't mean a thing, because the Viper looking to strike the former television champion, going toe to toe with a former undisputed world heavyweight champion. I had to do it. It's just perfect timing. As Orton ready to go is his partner. As we bring the heat, somebody's gonna get their ass kicked.
And his partner from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 362 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry!
He makes his walk to the ring with purpose. Looks to have shed a bit of weight since the last time we saw him. That's quite nice. Still doesn't mean he's not gonna kill you. And I think you look at these two mercenary teams that have kind of been impromptu put together by Solo Sikoa. You've got two very clear game plans. Power and raw strength from Gunther and Henry versus some agility, some versatility, all-rounders in Randy and Seth. As Big Man Kevin drawn the action here for this matchup. There is an X Factor at ringside with Big Time Becky watching on. Can get involved at any moment to protect her husband, as well as the ring general. In recent times, the Beckys, or Bexies, that Lynch hosted. Obviously, a ring general award that she shared with Gunther. Those two earning that achievement. Early cover here from the big Mark Henry onto Seth. Good for two. I'm lost for words, if you couldn't tell. A blind Big Man Kevin. Focus on the shoulders.
Here are your winners, the team of Randy Orton and Mark Henry.
A quick 2-minute matchup. You gotta love it. Speaking of not a quick 2-minute matchup, it is our Men's Prospect Cup Finals. Let's head to them. "15 minutes back on the clock.
The following contest is an Iron Man match. Making his way to the ring from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, El Grande Americano.
I will have to say this, that is probably best case scenario for Henry and Orton. I obviously, Souls Go is happy about it too, because his two beasts entering the War Games match are entering fresh. I have a feeling, where's that referee? He tried to fuck on me is a perfect line for that last matchup. Rollins probably going to be irate. Anywho. It is El Grande Americano. Big Bronson Reed. 15 minutes enter on the clock for our Prospect Cup Finals.
And his opponent, representing the Vision from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
If I'm Reed here, a matchup like this, after your visionary leader lost, yeah, you're in a situation where you need to prove your worth. Show that it wasn't a fluke. The Prospect Cup wins you a shot at Drew McIntyre's Amethyst belt. And that is a worthwhile prize if you can win it from him. But right now, all eyes are on the Prospect Cup Finals. 15 minutes on the clock. It's showtime. As Big Man Gregathy draws the duties, collar and elbow to tie things off with a good start. First lockup in favor of Reed. Second, El Grande. How's the third gonna go? Oh, maybe we'll not get there. Nice combo of shots as El Grande punishing the arm. Stomps away and gets us into a nice start to this bout. Early showboating from El Grande. Gonna work out in his favor though. He's keeping the pressure on. He does have a 1-point advantage right now over Bronson Reed, I should point out. That works in his favor. El Grande in firm control. There's a clock down to 13 minutes. 2 minutes in. He's looking to keep the momentum going. Drops the elbow. Cover here. 1, 2. Kick out. Reed staying alive. Keeping the points within 1. Grande flying. I think he missed there. Or didn't get all of it. Still able to keep going. Brings Bronson up. Big power slam. Bronson Reed catching El Grande. Now the big man looking to dominate. He was ready for war. This matchup certainly in his favor. Death Valley driver connecting. He puts down El Grande. We have a rematch on our hands in the grand finals. Last time these two faced off, El Grande came out on trumps. This time with a tsunami. That's gonna tie things up. No more advantage. It is a fair fight on our hands. However, I would say the big shots still lie in weight in favor of El Grande, but Bronson caught. I thought for a moment he had control back, but not the case. El Grande stomps away. The elbow again from Bronson. Big Bronson Reed gonna give a little snake eyes to El Grande. And he is fired up now. Sensing he has control of this grand finals. Up, off the ropes, hangs him out to dry. Runs the ropes and, well, that's a big senton. El Grande up quick, but not able to capitalize because a combo of shots come flying his way from big Bronson Reed. And, well, Reed is not slowing down. Once he gets control, he is flying. 10 minutes on the clock and the elbows dropped from up top. Off of, well, to ringside. The Vision probably gonna be walking out tonight with a cup holder. Because Bronson Reed has control and is showing great skill. The issue is the count rising up to 7. Grande gonna break said count though. Means that he keeps this advantage, well, non-existent. As the clock strikes 10. 5 minutes in, and it is Bronson Reed in control, and he's getting a dead eye off. Cover here. The advantage well and truly gone. As Bronson Reed finally takes control of this grand finals. The lower bracket is comfort zone as a dire situation on the verge of elimination is all that it takes for Bronson Reed to reign supreme, it seems. El Grande fires back with the headbutt. Cover here. He's looking to tie it back up. 2. Kick out. As Bronson Reed escapes the situation. Springboard missing. El Grande falling short. The big man not able to grab a hold of El Grande. And Mr. Americano is capitalizing on it. Onto the barricade for El Grande. Looking to fly. Never mind. 2-1 sets the score here for big Bronson Reed. But If you're El Grande, you're okay at this moment. You are showcasing skill. He brings the camera in close. He wants us to see this. Springboard, crossbody, connecting. Gets him up. White noise. Bang! The head of Bronson hits the floor. And he's going to be returned to the ring. El Grande chasing back control, but it is not working out for him. Super kick connects. Bronson wisely crawling to the corner. It means he doesn't eat the damage. Instead, charging in. Senton misses. The knees go up for El Grande. Headbutt connects this time. Is it enough to tie us all up at 2, 2, 3? Indeed it is. Who's going to break the deadlock? Or will we have to go to a golden fall? El Grande up top. Tries to hit the headbutt. Off the top rope, misses. Big time clothesline from big Bronson Reed. Going for the cover. 2, 3. 3-2 to the big man. The lower bracket finalist. The lower bracket dominator. Grande springboard. Hits the crossbody. Reed's fired up. And he's coming back swinging. Scoops up. Slams down El Grande into the drop zone. And wisely El Grande to his feet knows a tsunami may be about to hit. How about he gets crowned instead? Well, it's not a crowning of being the Prospect Cup champion. It's instead a crowning of being a tsunami receiver. 1, 2, 3. 2 points separate them. Thanks to that pin. And big Bronson Reed's not done. Fireman's carry. Death Valley driver. And I've got a feeling this is going to be more than just a tsunami hitting. It's 5 points. 1, 2, 3. 3 points separate them. And Bronson Reed's now putting on a clinic. Grande, chop block. Needs to bring it back down to 2 point difference. Springboard crossbody connects in his favor. Cover here. This could be what brings it back. 1, 2, 3. 2 points now separate them. Chop from El Grande. He's keeping the momentum going in his favor. Like last time, he needs a point every 2 minutes to bring it back to even. But he is just not able to land a heavy offense that will do it for him. Bronson's just squashing it. Nice head scissor takedown though. Will give El Grande back control. Irish whip putting his prey in the corner, but Bronson's not enough. Up on the shoulders once more. Wasteland senton combination. Big man off the ropes. Hits another senton. And if you're El Grande, the hard work of making it here, undefeated, could be undone in a moment's notice. He lands a punch. Snapmare, takedown. Bronson in his line of sight. Big PK connects. Bronson has his back exposed. And he's sent running into the headbutt. That metal-plated headbutt working out as the count comes through. El Grande bringing it into a space of 1. Back elbow from Bronson, though. He's going to stop the flow, stop the mojo. Gunstun. Follow it up. Senton coming, but the knees come up. Too many of those coming out for Bronson. And there's the headbutt once more. Quick cover here as El Grande looks to tie us back up. 2 minutes, 45 seconds now on the clock. And we are deadlocked. Big boy Senton. Again, he goes to the well too many times, does Bronson. And it's costly. However, fireman's carry. Big time Samoan drop. Grande. And Bronson Reed deadlock, but that deadlock's going to be a dead eye now. Cover Bronson looking to regain control. And he gets it. 6-5. And well, let's finish it up. No, El Grande escapes. Fireman's carry. No, white noise. Are we going 6-6? It may be just that. Cover for El Grande. Good for 3. And that golden pinfall looking more and more likely. So we're into the final 90 seconds. Irish whip. Trying to squash him though. El Grande, nice Mongolian chop. Scoop. But cannot slam. Bronson crashes down and he goes for the cover and he's getting a little cheeky and the referee spots it. The final minute of this match, the headbutt from El Grande. He's looking to take back the lead and he gets it. 7-6, 45 seconds on the clock. We're deadlocked. No, not we're at El Grande in control. Final 32 sentons in combo. Bronson, you shouldn't be taunting right now. You should be looking to end it. Arm drag takedown El Grande. Seizing control. Drop down. Big time clothesline. Bronson go for the cover. Last 15. No, he's looking to fly. Drops the elbow, misses though. El Grande striking. Springboard. Crossbody connect. 3, 2, 1. El Grande in the end is victorious. Ignore the bottom sign there. It's El Grande on top. My word. What a matchup that we just witnessed. It killed my throat there. And that is matchup of the night by far. Congratulations, El Grande Americano. Prospect Cup champion. Earned him a shot against Big Drew McIntyre. But now we're heading to this women's match. I'm hoping I can make it a championship bout. Otherwise, this is just like... I really want to make it a championship bout. God damn it, it's fucked it up. I'm really trying, by the way, folks. might have to, I'm gonna try something. So forgive me, because this is weird. I think it's because the championship is vacant. Which is why it's not allowing me to, do anything with it. However... Aha! It's because it's not on the show. Maybe. I don't know. In all honesty, it is weird. Move champion. There we go. There we go. Okay. Maybe this will work. Who knows? It also has messed up my War Games match, I should point out. I've also discovered the glitch to remove all your options. It's not working. I'm gonna say it. Either way, I will fix it. When I can. But I can do main event matchup. Okay, it's really weird this. Anyway. Anyway, I am ready. Hopefully this works. If not, I have no flipping clue. Let's head back to the ring for this matchup. Smiley face.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Boynton Beach, Florida, Kelani Jordan.
Well, Jordan goes back to back. Similar story with Roxanne Perez, obviously. Is our co-main event. Prospect Championship on the line. The winner will be walking away with that prestigious title. Loser leaves with absolutely nothing. And if I am Roxanne, I am pretty proud of what I've achieved. Same with Kalani.
And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Reaching this moment is not an easy feat, let me tell you. The level of competition has been at its highest, and if I'm Roxanne Perez in particular, the only former television champion to make it this far. Obviously, Chelsea Green losing last night to Tiffany Stratton, but making it tonight too, making it to the grand finals. No advantages here in the grand final. Divisional finals, the only place they exist, because the two ladies who have gone undefeated through this entire thing are meeting up here in this title match. If Roxanne wins, she joins Primetime. Kalani wins, she becomes champion as well. As these two stare down, a handshake just brushed aside by Perez. Kalani not going to accept that as an early pinfall attempt. Going to be issued. Now, to note, this is not Iron Man. This is just a pure singles bout. So, pinfall, submission, count out, and DQ, all effective means and methods to getting the dub. Kalani showcased her skill against Blake Monroe, then split-legged moonsaults. Perfect. And I think Roxanne watched that bout and his game plan for the moonsault. Knees up immediately to cause Kalani some impactful damage. Perez in control. Wants her own little bit of moonsaulty type attack. And if I am Perez, I am looking to really just ride the momentum. Both ladies were dominant. And also here, it's interesting, Perez is smart, not allowing Kalani to get close to the ropes to fly. Waistlock applied, stopping it. Arm drag takedown into the side headlock. This is smart game planning from Perez, who I think must have been game planning from the get-go tonight. Expecting to be here and expecting to go up against Jordan. Not a clean break as Roxanne. Just a kick to the body, but she is not in control. I may have spoke too soon as Roxanne fights off Jordan. And fight off not going to come impactful as spins out. That slam there, working out for Jordan. Kick to the body. Nice combo. Ends with Roxanne's back to the mat. And there's the moonsaults coming through from Jordan. Kalani keeping the momentum going. Both ladies very much similar stature. Moonsault connects this time. Another one from Jordan off the ropes this time, though. Both similar statures. I feel similar sort of game plans in terms of elevating the pace. Roxanne can do it in a glimpse, bridging into the pin. This is how she beat Stratton the first time. Only good for one, though, this time. Another cover. This one a little bit more dirty. Using the middle rope for leverage. Obviously on a smaller opponent, that's even more impactful. But Kalani able to kick out and get in control. Sends Roxy into the corner. Charges in. Handspring. Back elbow connects for Kalani. But the lights go out. And Liv Morgan's music again tonight coming into effect. Referee got hit there by something. And this, once again, I'm pretty sure Liv is not in the building. And Roxanne knows it. No interference there, technically. Just a bit of music played, and there's a facebuster from Perez, capitalizing off of the opportunity, but a rope break called. Big man Gregathy, eyes like a hawk in comparison to Kevin from our earlier tag team matchup. Nice maneuver there by Kalani. As she heads up top, Roxanne in the drop zone. 450 connects. Cover here. 1, 2. Kick out from Perez. Keeps this bout alive. But how much longer? Needs to really get off of her back, does Roxanne, because Kalani, she is in game mode. Perez dragged to her feet. A facebuster of Kalani's own connecting. Puts down Roxanne, and she is starting to feel the pain and the agony of this matchup. Jordan dragging Perez to the corner. Not where you want to be. Scooped up, not going to be slammed down. Instead, it's Perez. Takes out the legs. Bridging. Back over pin. Locks down Kalani in tight. Only good for one, though. That has certainly shifted and given Roxanne the chance. Yelling at the referee. That's going to be costly. As the hog log comes through. Roxanne takes the opportunity. Rolls to the apron. Not going to be pinned here. But Kalani caught. Baited in by Perez. And Roxanne's going to capitalize. Irish whip. Big uppercut. Perez looking to get her second taste of gold here in IPW. Kalani her first. It is heating up here. Backstabber. Learned it from Carlito. And utilized it well, did Roxanne, as she ascends up top. Looking to fly. She connects with the Meteora. Perez has seized control. But the big shots aren't coming just yet. It's a little bit more just wear and tear being dealt to Kalani, but the big boot stops that. Jordan returns Roxanne to the ring. Roxy catches her. Slams her down head first. Perez lying in wait. Ready to strike. Kick caught though. And Jordan sweeps the leg. Not going to allow it to happen. And going into the single leg Boston Crab. Perez sweeps out that leg. DDT. Drops Kalani. Roxanne into the cover quickly. Good for 2. Almost a 3 needed, but Roxy needs a kill shot. And she is angry. Yelling at the referee again. Frankensteiner from Jordan ends with Roxy trapped in a very weird position. This isn't weird. A comeback maneuver of the 2K variety working out for Kalani with that thwapping kick. And Roxanne's now in the drop zone. What's Jordan thinking? She's calling, beckoning up Roxanne Perez. Drop kick connects. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Not even good for 1. Wow. Springboard moonsault. Will that be good for 2? 1, 2. Yes, it is. Perezzo kicking out. A little more needed maybe to get the 3. The next pin could be it. Roxanne not going to have it. Instead, around the world, slamming down Kalani again. Stopping the offense. Jordan and Perez firing back and forth shots. The combo of strikes so in favor of Kalani's springboard. Moonsault connecting, dropping Perez once again. The game plan from the early stages no longer in her favor, but the knees up this time stops the frog splash, and Roxanne connecting. Hooking up Jordan, taking her to the powerbomb position, but Jordan fights out of it. Perez not done. twisting into that swinging neck breaker. Springboard of her own, moonsault. Perez lands one of her own. Good for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And we have a new champion. Roxanne has done it. The harder bracket working in her favor. She makes it undefeated through it all. And here in the final, the Prospect Championship ends in her grasp. It was the story of the moonsaults. And this one, her last one, was the one that got the job done. Begs the question. Where now for Perez? Well, for us, it is to our main event.
Here is your winner,
War Games is upon us. We know it's gonna be Mark Henry and Randall Keith Orton finishing it out, but realistically, I gotta say congratulations to Roxanne, now holding gold once more in IPW. We get that transition. I didn't know that existed. Hello. But yes, main event time. How about we head to the ring for it? In a moment's time, I need to quickly eat something, because I am hungry.
The following is a men's War Games match. The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The team with the advantage will be the first to have a member released into the match. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Exiting the cage will result in a forfeit. Now, let the war...
Games begin. I'll finish it off, Mike Chrome, as Prime Time are kicking it off right. The Rabidoos will be felt. Last time is well and truly now.
Introducing first, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the greatest of all time, John Cena!
You can't do it. Hat off before the entry into the cage. John Cena earned his spot on Team Primetime by beating Samoa Joe, the former world champion, in a bit of a balmy. But he's entering up against the Amethyst champion, who has learnt his next challenger here tonight.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Pure Wrestling Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Well, as the fire burns behind him, belt looking elegant around his waist. McIntyre knows his fate. Heading into our run towards turmoil. You have to feel a similar sort of fate for Julia after last night. But the only champion in this matchup for Breakdown is Big Daddy Dre, having lost their world champion, Will Ospreay. But in this case, if you're Breakdown, you're kind of happy that your champion's starting it off. Your now new captain, I guess you could call him. Remember, Primetime hold the advantage as there's the stunner from Cena. Innovative in his offense as ever. Obviously, when we look at this matchup, you look at just the facts of the matter. Randy and Mark Henry obviously competed earlier tonight. Granted, it was a quick affair, thanks to Big Man Kevin's horrible refereeing. But that has worked out slightly in their favor, that they've kept their men fresh. But with the fact that McIntyre is starting for his team, it does mean that they get a little bit more time to recover. But that will obviously change as this matchup continues, and those, I would say, earlier niggles may take effect, shall we say. Provide targets for the Primetime roster, as right now the roster of Primetime in control as Cena lands the Bulldog. Obviously, Primetime hold the advantage in this series, winning last night. Obviously, winning both advantage matches as well, which are kind of the tie-breaking situations if it ends 1-1 here tonight. But with advantage secured, Abyss joins the match as the television champion. Looks to take it to his counterpart and lands the Bulldog to do just that. No weaponry surprisingly brought in by Abyss as well, as the monster known for a few. Not going for them, however. Because Cena in control, he doesn't need to give Drew an equalizer. Keep the matchup in the favor of Primetime, and well, that is perfect. As the offense slowing down slightly, with Primetime's roster obviously taking a chance to just punish. But Drew's landed 2 shots onto both men and given himself an equal opportunity. Scoops up Cena. Up to the suplex position, stalling. Vertical suplex. Issue is Abyss given a chance to recover back to his feet and land a power slam. Returns the favor as the numbers game gonna shift as both Cena and Abyss climbing. Cena trying to go 5-knuckle. But what's Abyss doing? Standing on top of the cage. He lands flush into nowhere. He staggers McIntyre briefly. And as expected, it's CM Punk entering the picture next. Smart for Breakdown. Keep the 2 men who've already competed in the cage locked up till last. Punk earned his spot in this battle by winning on Thursday night in a tag team affair alongside Bryan Danielson, obviously. Danielson not cleared to compete. Means that Punk has to do it alone without any backup. He has to work alongside McIntyre and the 2 Mercs as they are in Randy Orton and Mark Henry. Cena reversing Punk's belly to back as there's a nice Falcon Arrow from McIntyre. Issue is Abyss No sells it into a choke slam. Brings down McIntyre as I believe Punk's been busted open early. The advantage gonna come back into favor here as the countdown from 10 begins, and well, Primetime's gonna bring in either the world champ or the people's champion, as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, no weapons again. No one wants to bring him in. The final boss coming into a cleared out field. Everyone down and out of the fight. Punk maybe leveling the floor with Cena, who is sent into the cage, but Primetime still in control. 3 men versus 2. It is a difficult situation to overcome if you're Breakdown, but you put yourselves in this situation failing to win any of the advantage matches, and that is costly. Punk picked up. Drew swirlied as The Rock has been a one-man wrecking crew in recent elements of this battle. Nice splash from Abyss onto Drew, flattened his counterpart. But Punk caught Abyss. No, not going to get a black hole slam. Instead, it's Punk. DDTs him, takes him out of the equation. Punk dealing with The Rock, hooks him up, scoops him up, but not going to be able to capitalize. And now the numbers advantage could be equaled out. Three v 3 as the Viper looks to enter the sinister steel structure. And he's got some history with Punk, with Cena, and in this situation, I do not blame Orton for getting some equalizers. A stop sign fetched from under the ring. Will he get some more? The answer's yes. They need it. Do Breakdown. Cena, he spotted it. I'm going to go pick him up, though. Kendo stick brought into the ring as well, as we turn our attention back to the other side. Rock flattened McIntyre, and Cena's dealt with Punk. Sledgehammer brought into the play by the Viper. Not going to pick him up. Leaves him there, ready. Waiting for someone to need them. As Breakdown enter the fray. Rainmaker from Rock, and well, back to where we started. It is Primetime in control, but a GTS may just change that. Elevator from Abyss puts down McIntyre, though. Punk landed a big shot. Exploder suplex from Orton. The Viper has brought some new life into this match for Breakdown, but it could not work out because here comes the champ. The Undisputed World Champion entering the fray, and McIntyre's scared about it because the American Nightmare's here. He did, however, just land a Claymore, did McIntyre. They are landing good shots here, our Breakdown, but they're not constant, and the Sledgehammer's going to be costly because Rhodes has found it and is bringing it into play. Cena with the 5-knuckle off the top. Rhodes with the Sledgehammer busting open Drew. Belly to belly suplex, I believe, from Abyss sends Orton into the other ring. Irish whip. Off the ropes. Black hole slam. Abyss connects. We now await the world's strongest man entering this matchup. Oh, gruesome attack here by Abyss. Using that kendo stick, that Singapore cane, to just choke Randy. Inverse chokeslam connecting. As Rock's watching on, and he can do that in this sort of situation. With the fact it's 4v3, but a white noise from McIntyre. Could be costly. Eyes on Abyss, who's ascending the cage once more. Trying to drop the elbow, cannot get it. He lands flat on his back with nothing to cushion a blow. And now we're in a situation where Breakdown can thrive. The world's strongest man, slowly taking his time. And honestly, he knows that as soon as he enters a cage, this match begins. Get some equalizers. A table is a big equalizer. And, well, it's smart to get it. Into the cage it goes. As a rock bottom attempted here. Onto Punk. Going to be fought out of. And Punk may have been going GTS. Not able to connect. Instead, Rock catches him. Spine buster. Lines up Punk for the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. The matchup's still yet to begin. Because Mark Henry's still fetching weapons. As the People's Elbow going to be dropped onto CM Punk. And now War Games begins. Mark Henry quickly making his pathway up to breaking the STFU. Cena not able to get the win off that. Punk fighting back on Rock. 5-knuckle shuffle coming. That's broken up. Wise by Mark Henry to stop it. And this is turning quickly into a Breakdown favored matchup. They're taking over in the 1v1s. McIntyre dealing with Cena. Punk dealing with Rock. Abyss has now got control over Randy as Rhodes is watching on. And this is good for Breakdown. Rhodes is kind of screwing them. But he is dealing with Randy with Abyss. The two champions dealing with a former television champion. Off the ropes goes Abyss. Hits the big boot. Henry has Cena up in the powerbomb position. And Cena's going to eat some turnbuckle swirly. Springboard misses by Rhodes. But he is going to connect. Hooks up Orton. Trying to go pedigree. But Orton, backdrop. No pedigree for you, sir. Instead, DDT onto Abyss. And Orton's got two men dealt with by himself. And RKO dealing with the matter. Rhodes has a chance to keep the matchup alive, but Abyss sent packing. Someone got busted open. I believe it was Cena. Crossroads onto Orton, catching him. Pin broken up by Rock, stopping Drew's Claymore attempt as a cover here. Orton down and out. Prime time. Reign supreme. 4-0 over the last week. 2 War Games. 2 War Games advantage matches. And you've got to admit, it wasn't Breakdown's best lineup. Without their champ to lead the troops. But still, they put on one hell of a fight. Do I think they could have game planned it better? Probably.
Here are your winners. The team of John Cena, Abyss, The Rock, and Cody Rhodes.
But for now, we head to Primetime and Breakdown. Next week, not next week, the week after, we won't be having normal episodes. Oh no, we're entering the draft. Thank you very much for joining me for our first 2K26 show. It was phenomenal. And I, for one, cannot be grateful enough because this has been fun, to say the least. But now we have to move forward, set up a draft for 2K26. I don't know how to do it. I will figure that out in my own time. I will also get the rest of the championships built. There's a lot of new stars set to potentially debut here in IPW. I hope you enjoyed tonight, though. And yesterday. There was some big old brawls. And I really Cannot wait to see how they shift. I will figure it out, but yeah, I'm just looking at it now. I will also record some IPW next week. So, thank you for joining me here tonight. I will be back tomorrow, I believe, for the rest of the showcase. We'll see how my voice holds up, because 2 days in a row of just pure screaming certainly does hurt. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. I will continue also just playing the game, getting more things unlocked, because I have done that. I have got the means now to make the ruby and emerald belts. So there's that. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you very soon for IPW Breakdown and Prime Time. Peace out.